I'm having a really bad hair day. It's just like I'm in between the stage where I'm like, I could wash my hair. I honestly need to wash my hair, but I kind of wanted to do a hair mask first. So I just like didn't want to wash it today. So I was like, let's do the braids, but the braids just didn't turn out well. So you know what? We're just not gonna speak about it, and we're gonna talk about periods. Hi, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be sharing with you my HA starter pack, which basically is just everything that I bought throughout my span of me trying to get my period back. So some of these are whole foods and then the rest of them are supplements. Literally the first thing that I went and ordered when I found out that I was not having a period anymore because I didn't have any estrogen in my body was different seeds. Seeds have a lot of healthy omega-3s in them, which is basically a form of healthy fat. And if you haven't seen any of my other videos, healthy fats really play a crucial role when it comes to regulating your hormones and just having good hormone health. So I really wanted to make an effort to increase my omega-3 intake. And so I ordered some seeds to do that. So I specifically ordered chia seeds and flax seeds. You can also order hemp seeds as well if you want. All of them are really, really good sources of omega-3s. The next food item are all different forms of starchy carbs. Now, starchy carbs also play a really big role when it comes to getting your period back because they just have a little bit more substance for your body to grasp onto, helps you put on a little bit of body fat, which is necessary for hormone regulation as well. And it's just important overall for your health. It's really important to not only include your fruits and vegetables for carbs, but also getting in a sufficient amount of starchy carbs as well. So I specifically went and bought quinoa. I feel like this kind of takes the back seat to like rice and specifically brown rice, but if you don't know, there's actually different like enzymes, I don't really know exactly what they are, but that are in brown rice that actually makes it harder for certain people to digest. And also there's another thing in them, which I don't know what it's called, which I should have been educated before this, but there's something else in them that actually kind of acts as an anti-nutrient where it doesn't allow your body to absorb certain nutrients out of it. So yes, there's a really big stigma that brown rice is really good for you, which it is. It's not like it's an unhealthy food or whatever category you want to place it in. However, there just are other forms of starchy carbs that I prefer and that are easier on my digestive system. So quinoa is a really good option. It's similar to brown rice. You cook it like rice and it's actually a complete protein, which is great, which means it has the whole profile of complete amino acids. The next one is sweet potatoes. If you don't like sweet potatoes, I just want to talk. I want to know why. Just when you cook them, they just come to life and they're so good. And then the last thing that I prioritized were beans for another starchy carb. And what's great about beans is that it's also a protein source. Just legumes in general have a lot of other different health benefits for you. So those are all the food things that I specifically like went out of my way to incorporate more of in my diet. Keep in mind, I already did have a pretty well-rounded diet beforehand. So if you have any other areas that are lacking in your diet, I definitely recommend attending to those areas. You want to pay attention to detail with all different aspects of your health when trying to get your period back because it can kind of be more of a complex process depending on how much you have been neglecting your nutrition. Now moving on to supplements. So kind of going with that on the whole omega-3 train, I actually also ordered an omega-3 supplement. This was one of the first things that I had ordered as well because like I said, I really was trying to push my omega-3s because I knew how helpful they would be with regulating my hormones. Next supplement that I ordered was maca root. Now, of course, with all these supplements, I recommend doing your own research, talking to your doctor, and making sure it's something that you want to partake in, but all of these supplements are completely natural, just a disclaimer. Maca root is a completely natural Peruvian root. It's an adaptogen, so it just naturally works with your body to help balance your hormones, and specifically it's supposed to help with like libido and things like that. Like that was the initial thing, but it also just acts like as a whole to help balance out your hormones. This really helped me, especially in the beginning, in terms of like hormonal imbalance symptoms. This definitely eased those up for me, which was nice. I definitely really did tell a difference. Next one is ashwagandha. Now this again is a completely natural supplement that is an adaptogen, and this helps to naturally lower your cortisol levels, which this is going to be helpful to us ladies who are trying to get our periods back because a really big issue as to why we don't have our periods is because our bodies are really overly stressed out. So taking ashwagandha, like I said, helps to lower those cortisol levels, which is basically responsible for your stress levels. So the higher your stress levels are, the more likely your body is to kind of go into that fight or flight mode and shut off your reproductive system. So definitely if you think you struggle from really just high stress, if you have a stressful life, a stressful job, and you just really need to freaking relax to help get your period back, I definitely recommend ashwagandha. And the last thing that I purchased in order to help get my period back is Vitex or chasteberry, another adaptogen. This thing saved my life, and this I didn't come across in my research until like the latter end of my recovery. It's another natural adaptogen that helps to just, it's specifically supposed to help get your cycle back and make your cycle regular. So maca kind of helps more so with just like balancing your hormones in general, and specifically like libido is what it's most known for, bringing that back. But Vitex is kind of just more specifically to help with having a normal cycle and regulating your cycle. This, I heard so many amazing like success stories in my research. Something that I did come across was like if you don't get your period back within like 4 to 6 weeks of taking it, you should cycle off of Vitex and pay more attention to other areas of your life, because you shouldn't need to depend solely on Vitex to get your period back. It should be a supplement like it is to help supplement your current routine to help get your period back. But if it's not working, you shouldn't just take it for months and months on end. That means that you do need to attend to another area of your lifestyle habits. So for me, I started taking Vitex, and literally, you guys, within like 2 weeks, I got my period. No joke, 2 weeks. It was kind of crazy. And then once I got my period, I like stopped taking it, but then the next month, I kind of took it the week before my period should be coming, like in a perfect world if I was regular. And then once I got my period, which was like pretty consistent with my cycle, then once I got my second period, I stopped taking it again, of course. And then on my third month, I didn't take it at all because I just wanted to see if my period would come completely naturally. So it definitely helped me a ton. Definitely something I'd recommend, especially if you think you've done like everything under the sun. It definitely could help to accelerate your period coming back. So that's everything that I went out of my way and like purchased to help me recover. Of course, there's certain things that you couldn't buy, you know what I mean? I couldn't go buy resting. I couldn't go buy eliminating HIIT from my workout routine. I couldn't go buy a daily walk, you know what I mean? So definitely make sure you're doing everything else holistically as well to help get your period back. Make sure you're resting. Definitely, of course, I recommend getting in daily walks. That really helps to relax the body as well, which is what we want. I have a whole video on how I completely changed my exercise routine. If that interests you as well, that's up on my channel. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. I think it was nice, short, and sweet, which is what I wanted. If this was helpful and you'd be down to give it a thumbs up, that'd be awesome. It really helps out my videos. If you're interested in any of my other content, I would love for you to subscribe and have you along. I'm sending you so much love, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.